We have been witnessing a very interesting and very difficult black swan event, which has impacted the entire globe. And as we are skimming through this entire thing, we all know that there have been various challenges that we have been facing. And especially for a CIO who is given the mantle of making sure the operations and the entire communication as well as the working of the organization is on a continuous lights on mode. These are the most challenging times. Certainly there have been lots of instances where there have been uh, people have been asked to work from home. There have been instances where there have been a lot of lockdowns, no way of going to office or working. And this particularly has created a situation where the business continuity had to be invoked in a very rapid manner. This was as good as a force majeure event. And the CIOs stepped up to the plate, made sure that the organizations continued to work in this particular situation. They created environments by which and in which employees of the organizations could work from home in a very short span of time. All the standard processes and everything which are always defined in terms of working from office had to be immediately recalibrated so that people could work from home and the organization could sustain in this particular situation, in this particular period of time. And this challenging period also meant that in a sustained manner, and as you all know that this is going on for quite some time, it's more than 4.5 months when things have changed dramatically across the globe. The organization have to sustain. People continue to work in a manner which was never before, never ever imagined. And therefore, in this particular time, the CIOs were challenged to make sure that the arrangements in terms of the way that people were working from home had to be secure, had to be safe, to make sure that the data, intellectual property, everything had to be secured. And at the same time, the productivity and the efficiencies of employees working had to be right up there to improve and to make sure that the deliverables from the employees are absolutely right on the dot. Given this particular challenge, of course, the CIOs stepped up. They made sure that everything was working fine. The productivity, the quality of service became as a big, very important factor in terms of making sure that every aspect of the deliverable was to be measured, to be maintained in a manner which was very critical. And stabilizing this entire process to sustain for a longer period of time became the most critical part over here. And that is what all the CIOs have been doing and grappling with these challenges over the last few months. Obviously, this new way of working, the new normal, as it is commonly referred to, is also something that is going to change the way that everybody is working. And from that perspective, it is also important to share what various different industry leaders, IT, CIO leaders, have taken steps to make sure that they have come up trumps in terms of making sure that things are working fine. They will continue to work very well and also allow organizations to improve their productivity and efficiency as things unfold, which is in a very dynamic stage at this time. And to do this, we are holding this session whereby a very prominent CPG industry IT leader is going to talk to all of us and share his experiences in terms of what their organization did, took the steps in terms of meeting with this challenge and creating something that will that not only help the organization to sustain in this very difficult times, but also progressively improve in terms of their prognosis, in terms of where they are going as they move forward. Okay. So this session is to share their experiences and give insights as to what has transpired in their environment. Obviously, industry wise, things will be different. There'll be applicability for various industries. However, the common challenges do not differ. And that is where this particular session is going to be interesting for everybody. So I'm inviting all of you to participate, be there. I'm sure a lot of questions will be there. I'm sure a lot of insights will be shared by the CIO of this particular organization, the IT leader of this particular organization, which will be helpful for all of us in terms of planning and validating what we have taken as steps, each of us, in terms of how they pan out, how they work and will work in future. And we can go ahead and correct the courses, the course of action that we have planned in a manner that will work better for our organizations. This is the webinar which we are uh, conducting on 4th of August. The link is already there. Please join us. It'll be a very interesting journey and start of the journey, as well as the journey that will be shared by Mr. Kumar, who will be participating in this particular event and sharing his experience, his insights in this entire difficult period or challenging times that all of us are going through. Thank you again. Have a great evening, great day, wherever you are, and look forward to seeing you in this particular webinar. Thank you very much. Stay safe.